2 prediction, another LB prediction that was right. We got it right, 2-2. Why did I predict 2-2 going into the game? Well, just because I don't think we're very good. It's to be brutally honest. I don't think we're good enough to beat decent sides. Hence why we lost against Arsenal. If you actually look at our last 15 games or something like that, we've only lost in the league against Arsenal, who are above us, Forest are above us, and Liverpool are above us, right? We can't beat the good teams, yeah? Brighton are a good team. Yeah, they've won 6 games on the bounce. And coming into this game, I just thought, we ain't beating these. These are a good side. However, at the same time, I do think we've improved from 2 months ago. Now, unfortunately, the standard is very low here. So, yes, we've improved from 2-3 months ago when we won 1 game in 14, but we're still a bang average, not great side. Hence why, when Newcastle win their game in hand, we'll be 6th. And therefore outside of the Champions League spots. So, you know, things are moving now. Things are moving in the wrong direction. Let's talk about the game. Okay, so listen, first of all, I really like Mamouche and the Haaland link up. I think that's something that in future years is going to be looking really, really good. We saw it well against Newcastle. We saw it today. At times, there were some really nice link up plays. And I think as them two get used to each other, as Pep can figure out how to get them two cooking together, I think that's going to be a really good blossoming situation. Obviously, again, we get ourselves ahead and we don't win. Yeah, I'd love to know the stats. I'm sure it'll be on Twitter later. How many times Manchester City have been leading this season in all competitions, maybe not just the Premier League, and haven't won the match. Yeah, it's a serious problem. And to be honest with you, we're lucky that we didn't lose it at the end there as well with Belabor. How he's put it over from there. Yeah, Minter had a chance, but we caught life, to be honest. To be honest, at the same time, you could say that so did Brighton, because the chances that we had, especially with Savio, we should have buried. But towards the end of the game, the chances that Brighton had, really, if you look at them, they're incredible. That Minter shot, yeah, well, not shot, but he just got a tap in at the back post and then Belabor from 8 yards out, which needs to get on target. It's a goal and blazes it over. Very, very fortunate to get a draw. And it leaves us now with needing to win around 6 of our last 9 games. Is probably what will get you Champions League. It's doable, but we have problems, man. You know what I mean? People keep on saying, you know, is it Pep out? You know what I mean? Pep. Listen, if you're sitting here and thinking that Pep's doing everything right, I think that's not right. Yeah, you've got to say, why are we 5th going 6th? Why is that? Yeah, is it the players or is it the manager or is it a bit of both? You can't just say nothing. What? You can't say nothing. Something's going wrong. So what is it? Are the players not performing to their abilities? Yeah, are the players not good enough, or is the manager getting stuff wrong? Yeah, I think both are true, but not to sit on the fence. I think it's much more on the players than it is on Pep Guardiola. Let me hear you. Because a lot of my mates disagree with me. I'm going pubbing a bit, yeah, with my mates, my real mates, and some of them think Pep is making some mad decisions, and I do as well. Them subs today, what is he doing? Bringing Bernardo Silva on? Bernardo Silva when you've got Foden, you could bring Foden on, and he brings Bernardo Silva, and yeah, funny enough, Bernardo then gets injured, and then obviously Foden comes on. Yeah, weird. I think Pep is making mistakes. But I don't think these players are very good anymore. I don't, honestly, man. Like, I see people tweeting me back and like replying to me. I read the comments here, and I'm like, when I say it's the players, I'm always on the players, man. And yeah, Pep's, and I call Pep out. I think his subs at times are weird. I don't think the players are very good. Doku. Yeah, let me find this stat. Yeah, let me find this stat about Doku, mate. Yeah, let me find this stat about Doku. Mate, this stat is crazy. Yeah, here it is. Let me pull it up on screen. Jeremy Doku, I'm not cooking Doku here, yeah? I'm trying to highlight that I don't think the players are very good, yeah? And I'll talk about all of them, not just Doku, yeah? Well, this is the Doku. Jeremy Doku in his last 4 games, 37 dribbles completed, 1 accurate cross. He's great to watch. I love watching him. He's great. I said that in the live stream. I said a great to. I think he's well exciting to watch, mate. But you want goals, you want assists and that. He ain't coming from him too much. His numbers are actually pretty decent. Fair play to him. But he's not a world-class player. People talking to me about Vinny Jr. This is what Vinny Jr. was like at Real Madrid. Oh, please, man. Yeah, I'm not doing this. Yeah, if Doku turns out like Vinny Jr., brilliant, great. But right now, he's not. Savio, nah. Again, he ain't working with him. And Bob's fucking broke his leg. He'll be back, but will he be cooking straight away? Probably not. Yeah, I put a tweet out saying we need to sign a world-class winger. I'm getting people saying reactionary take. No, we don't. We're fine. What? Why am I getting this? Why am I getting pushback on this? We have three wingers, four if you include Grealish, but he's obviously gone. Yeah, another game with no minutes for Grealish, by the way. Yeah, so we have three wingers. Doku, who's a project player, Savio, who's a project player, and Bob, who's a project player. We do not have one winger at this football club that is like legit, been there, done it, year after year. We know we can rely on them. Like we did when we had Sterling in his prime. Like we did, we had Sane. Like we have Maris. Yeah. We have not one winger. All I'm suggesting, I can't believe this is a controversial take, but it's 2025, and anything that anybody says these days is controversial. So apparently this is controversial. Me saying that we should sign one world-class winger. I'm not even pushing the ball out and saying sign two, have a world-class winger on both sides. God forbid what would happen if I said that. Bloody hell, cancelled, man. I'm saying sign one. Oh, but you hate Savio and hate Doku. No, I don't. Keep Doku, keep Savio, keep Bob, keep all three of them. Yeah. But the project players right now, they're project players right now. And them three should be rotating with each other to play in one position where you've got another one locked down. And actually, to be honest with you, the more I say it, the more I sound like fucking the standards have been dropped. But I'm just asking for one. And people are telling me, nah, we're fine. We're not fine. Savio's scored one goal in the Premier League. Doku just told you the stats. And Bob's, listen, I think Bob's a good player, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing Bob. And he was our best player in pre-season, absolutely. He's played 700 minutes for this football club, and people are acting like he's going to be fucking mint forever. And like, yeah, hopefully he is. And I have quite high hopes and expectations for Bob. But it's early days, man. It's the same with Echeverri. Yeah, I really like Echeverri. I hope the guy comes in and slams it, but he's still mad young. Yeah, people say, "Oh, LB, would you take Echeverri or Wirtz?" Wirtz, obviously. What we're doing here, because he's done it in the Bundesliga and the Champions League. This guy's performed. So we need winger, yeah. Well, again, so speak about the manager, right? Because obviously, a lot of people wanting me to speak about the manager, yeah. Why is Gundogan playing 90 minutes? Why couldn't Kevin De Bruyne come on at 60 minutes for Gundogan? Why could that not have happened? Yeah. Instead, he brings off Marmoush when we need a goal. So you take off Marmoush and leave Gundogan on. Like, surely most people, obviously not everyone would agree with that, but like, surely most City fans would have gone, yeah, that would have been a play, innit? Take Gundogan off for Kev. What, you're telling me Gundogan is doing some mad thing that Kevin De Bruyne couldn't do? Don't buy it at all. Yeah. It's just crazy, man. Like, I don't know. Like I say, for me, like, yeah, Pep is making these weird subs and that, but fundamentally, I don't think the players are good enough. I don't think the players are good enough. Savio is not good enough to be starting week in, week out for us right now. Nor's Doku. Yeah. So that's our two wingers that are both played. Grealish is finished, clearly. Yeah. Mad. I know we'll get Grealish defenders out there. That's fine. Explain to me why he's played 37 minutes in the last 12 games in the Premier League now. Yeah. Oh, he's been injured. No, he's not. He was injured for two of them games. He's been on the bench for every single other game. I don't know, man. Honestly, I said before January, this club needed a £500 million spending on it. Some people didn't like that. Some people said, nah, you're just being overreactionary. Well, we spent 200 in January, close to 200 mil. And the more I look at it, the more I think the 325 mil, the 300 mil that we need that I budgeted myself, yeah, I mean, in the summer, is probably undercooking it. I think it needs to be maybe more towards 400 million. I just don't think the squad's good enough. I know it can be hard for some people, innit? Because like we've got this emotional attachment. But if you try and step back and ask yourself honestly about these players, if they're good enough, and be honest with yourself, I think you'll realise that there's not a lot of players in this team that are very good anymore. Yeah, you got Edison who don't want to be here, and he's now injury prone. Ortega, another one that people telling me again. I put out. I don't think Ortega's good enough to be the number one. He's good number two, number one. Again, people, you can't say that. He's good. No, well, I think I think everyone's seeing that he ain't good enough to be number one. Rico Lewis thought he was all right today, but he's not starting right back for Manchester City. Let's be honest. Come on, man. We've had Mika Richards, yeah, who was decent by the way. Zabaleta, class. Kyle Walker, yeah. Rico Lewis, man, maybe squad rotation player, but he ain't a starting right back for Manchester City. Huzanov, I like. Diaz, I like, but to be honest with you, I do think that he needs to pick up his game. Gvardiol, I like, good. Nico Gonzalez, I think he's a good player. Will he ever be good enough to be starting regular week in, week out when we've done the refresh? Don't know. Will he turn out to be a rotation player? Don't know, but I like him. But I don't know if he's got the top level. Gundogan needs to go. Kovacic needs to go. Nunes needs to go. De Bruyne, I mean, there was the rumours coming out 2-3 weeks ago that City have offered him 150 grand a week to stay as being a rotational player. But if you don't bring him on until 5 minutes when you need a goal, then what's going on there? This is the thing with the subs. So when people talk about Pep, like the subs are weird. He's bringing on Bernardo. Why? He's bringing on Kev with 5 minutes to go, not 20, not 30. Why? He's taking Marmoush off. Why? So I don't know. I just think I think this. I don't know. I think Pep is making mad decisions, in my opinion. Again, some people look at them subs and be like, fine, cool, yeah. I look at the subs and go, they're weird. But for me, I just don't think the players are very good. I don't. And if you think that the players are good, then you've obviously got to. If you look at them players and go, well, I think the players are class. I think the players are mint, and this is a sick team. Then it is the manager, isn't it? You know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. It's got to be one or the other. Or you can have a bit of a blend. Like I've got a bit of a blend. Like I do think Pep's making some crazy decisions, and people say to me, "Do you not think another manager will do better with this squad this season?" Potentially, we might have another 8-9 points. Yeah, I give you that. But I don't think anything material in terms of league winning or Champions League winning. Yeah, you might have. But on the flip side, they could have us worse. Do you know what I mean? I just think when it comes to the Pep out thing, and I know there's not a lot of people saying Pep out, but there are. You've got to respect it now. There are City fans out there that are saying it. Yeah, you don't have to respect it, but I just think let him have the new players. Give him the new players in the summer. Give him better players. Give him world-class talent. Yeah, which he doesn't have at this club right now. Yeah, because the players are not world-class. We've got about 3 or 4 world-class players max here. And then next year, if we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 new world-class players, which is, by the way, I think it's at the upper end of what we need, and we're still crap, fairs. I think then you've got a serious argument. But right now, I just think the players are not good, man. They're not. Gundogan, 34. De Bruyne, 33. Docker and Savio would not get anywhere near Sterling, Sane, or Mahrez. Let's be real. We've not got world-class players in this team, mate. We've not. And that, for me, is why we're struggling. It's not to do with the manager. The manager has a part to play. Yes, of course he does. Is he making it worse at certain points? Yeah, maybe. Are there decisions that you can question? Yes. Does he get you frustrated? Yes. Is he the fundamental reason why this team is underperformed massively this year? Well, yeah, if you blame him for the summer transfer window. But the players, it's the players. Yeah. I was speaking with my mate yesterday. I got a theory. Yeah, I want you guys to rate my theory. This is my theory. I think Pep's plan in the summer was to leave at the end of this season. This is my theory. I think his plan was to leave at the end of the season, which obviously coincided with his contract coming to an end. And when Tiki and Varane and Khaldoon and Pep sat in a room in the summer and said, let's do this rebuild, because that's what happened, I think Pep basically thought, I don't want to do a rebuild because I'm leaving. So let me stick with the team. And that, by the way, that was a wrong decision. Yeah. And the board should have pushed back on that. And that's the board's L as well. People blaming Pep for it because Pep decided it. The board should have been stronger. Right. I think Pep basically said, I don't want to do a rebuild. Yeah. Because if I get a rebuild, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push these players one final year, win the league, and I'll bow out. The problem is, I think we pushed these players 1 year too much. If we look at last year, yeah, we won the league. Great. We had to win 16 games at the end of the season to win that league. Yeah. 16 in a row, was it? 16? How many? I don't know how many it was. It was like 16 games in a row. We would have dropped 1 point in that run. We had to be perfect to win the league last year. Perfect. So we should have reinvested and we should have rebuilt the squad in the summer. We didn't, because I think that's the theory. I think Pep thought, nah, I'm leaving at the end of the year. Don't want to rebuild, because if I do a rebuild, people say when you do a rebuild, you need a season or two to transition, right? So I think he thinks, I'm just going to stick with the same team. I'll push him 1 more year. I'll leave in the summer. The problem was, by the time it got to December, January, we were fucking crap. what was it? 1 win in 14. And I think Pep thought, I can't leave him like this. So he signed a new 2-year contract. Club started the rebuild in January. They'll carry it on in the summer. And to be honest with you, because of the size of the rebuild that's needed, this will probably last 2 to 3 seasons, if we're being honest, because they've left it that long. And I think that's basically what happened. I don't think he was going to, that's my theory. Just a theory. Could be completely wrong, yeah? But my theory is he was going to leave at the end of the season, hence why he didn't do the rebuild. And then he realised that, shit, I've caused a bit of a problem here because we should have done the rebuild. But like I say, the board should have pushed back on that. Can't let the managers have too much control. The board have to take responsibility for that as well. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it, man. Going forward, I think you have to win your next 4 games in the Premier League. It's an absolute must. We've got Leicester, Everton, Palace, and United. Not in that order, but that's the next 4 games. For me, I think we've put ourselves in a position now with that draw today that you must win your next 4 games. I think if we drop points in our next 4, it's going to get seriously tough. Because that Villa game, by the way, nah, we've lost that. Yeah, 100% we'll lose that game. I have zero confidence at even getting a point in that game. Yeah. But you've got to win the next 4. I think if you drop points, because remember, don't look at the league table now and go with 5th. We're not 5th. Because if Newcastle win the game in hand, yeah, I know people are points are better on the board, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever, yeah. Newcastle are a good team. Newcastle will probably win that game in hand. If they win that game in hand, they're above us. We're out of the Champions League spots. We cannot afford now to drop any more points, especially in these next 4 games. We have to put a run together. We have to. And these next 4 games are winnable. Are they tough? Some of them? Yeah, of course they're tough. Yeah. Leicester, I don't know if they're still fighting to stay in the division. I don't know. Maybe they give up. I don't know. But they'll probably come and try and put a performance in. United can do the double over us, which is absolutely incredible, given how shit they are. Yeah, Palace is always a tough game. Bit of a bogey team for us. And Everton, wow. Yeah. I think they're unbeaten in the last 5 or something. And we've got to go there, Gaff. Last time we ever played at Goodison Park. You know, that'll be, again, difficult place to play football, man. So they're not easy. They're not easy at all. But this is why we put ourselves in this position. We put ourselves in this position. But honestly, man, when people say, is it the manager or is it the players? For me, it's like 95% players, 5% manager, maybe a bit more manager, to be honest. The reason we're in this situation is because of the manager, because what he did in the summer. But like, obviously, footballing on the pitch, I just don't think the players are good enough. I really, really don't. Do you know? And people say, oh, well, they won the league last year. This is another argument I get. Well, they won the league last year. So you're saying that they're not good players now, but they won the league last year. Well, hang on a minute, yeah. Last year, we had Rodri, who won the Ballon d'Or. We had Foden, who won Player of the Year. Yeah. Rodri's done his ACL, and Foden's just not at the races. Yeah, I just think, honestly, man, speak to your non-City mates and ask them. Because a lot of City fans were emotionally attached to the players, innit? But say to your rival fans, say, what do you think of Rico? What do you think of Gundogan? What do you think of Kovacic? And then when you listen to them, yeah, you're like, you know what? This is the thing. I'm not saying they're crap. I think people get this twisted. I'm not saying these players are crap. Yeah. What I'm saying is they're good players. Yeah. But they're not world-class players, and you need world-class players to win the league. Compare our treble team to this team now. Ederson, world-class. Walker, world-class. John Stones, world-class. Diaz, world-class. Ake, world-class. Rodri, world-class. Gundo, world-class. KDB, world-class. Foden, world-class. Bernardo, world-class. Mahrez, world-class. Haaland, world-class. Yeah? Maybe the only player in that team that wasn't world-class legitimately was Grealish. They were all world-class players. But Kevin De Bruyne is not a world-class player anymore. Yeah, he was. He's not anymore. He's 33, 34. He's had an 8-inch fucking operation on his hamstring. Yeah, he's not a world-class player. He's a good player. He's a good player. He's not a world-class player anymore. Well, he might be a world-class player. I don't know. Depends on world-class. There's not many great players around these days. Yeah. But the fact is, he's massively dropped off. Bernardo Silva was a world-class player. He's not a world-class player anymore. Yeah, and even players like Diaz is not as good as he was in the treble year. So you just had a lot of players that have declined because of their age. It's natural. It's natural. This is the thing. It's not like a hatred thing. It's like it's a natural thing. It's a natural process of aging. You get slower. Physically, mentally, you get slower. And that's where we're at. And that's why we're at serious risk of not getting Champions League. Do you know what I mean? And I clocked this very early on. Yeah. And by the way, yes, one guy comes in the comments and said, LB, why do you always act like you knew this at the start of the season? I didn't know at the start. I don't know where this has come from. By the way, yeah, I was like not moaning that much at the summer window. I thought it was an okay window. You know, I thought the team was fine. Savio was chill. Bringing Gundogan. I didn't want, well, I wanted Gundogan, but I wanted Kimmich over Gundogan. People say, you wanted Gundogan. No, I wanted Kimmich. I wanted Kimmich. But when the club got Gundogan, I was happy to get Gundogan. Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple of weirdos out there. But yeah, we're at serious risk, man. But I've seen it coming early on because early into that run, 3 games into that run of the 1 win in 14, when I did the first video and said we're in crisis, people didn't like it. It's because I removed the bias. I removed my emotional attachment and reviewed the players in the squad. And when I did it, I got a fucking big reality check. And that's when I realized the players have not it anymore. That's when I come to terms with it. Some people come to terms with it back in the summer. Some people in the summer were like, LB, we're going to struggle. Yeah, I remember a lot of people in the comments saying, LB, we're not in a good situation. And I was like, nah, chill, man, chill. Everything's fine. Yeah, because I thought everything was fine. And then obviously, when it started going south, I was like, yo, let me review. Because I changed my opinion. I changed my opinion based off of the new facts. In the summer, I thought we was chill. And then when I got the new evidence, I then realized, nah, this ain't good. And I changed my opinion. That's what I do, change my opinion. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's good. I mean, I tell you what, these next 4 games, ride or die, people, man. We honestly, we gotta perform. We gotta perform. We gotta get the results. We have to get the results. I don't know if you guys agree, but I genuinely think we need to win our next 4 games. I genuinely believe that we need to win our next 4 games. I think if we don't win our next 4 games, I just don't know, man. I don't know. Because we're not beating Villa and Bournemouth. Yeah, luckily we're at home in that game, but they absolutely battered us, didn't they, at their gaff? And we got them in the FA Cup. I'm starting to have no faith in that now. And then Fulham away, last game of the season. Tough team. Probably still, I don't know if they play today. They were in the title race, not title race, top 4 race, top 5 race. I don't know what the result is, so they might have lost. If they lost, then they're probably out. So, mate, honestly, these next 4 games, man, tough, really tough. But they've got to do it, mate. Yeah, one thing I would say about these players, is that whilst I don't think they're very good anymore, they're more than good enough to get top 5. And if they don't, that's a serious problem. Yeah. And this is one of the problems when you leave it so long and you've got I've got 9 players on my sell list. Yeah. And I'm not saying we're going to sell on 9 in the summer. Yeah. But I'm saying 9 players on my sell list over the next 2 transfer windows. Yeah. If some of these players know they're leaving, are they going to, I've spoken about this on the stream. I say, are they going to be given 100% if they know they're leaving? Of course they will. They're professional, subconsciously though. Yeah. We all know, we've all been there, in a job where you've handed in your notice. You got 4 weeks notice, You're working your job for 4 weeks. We all know subconsciously most people are chilling, unless you're a doctor in it. And that's probably not a good idea to start, do you know what I mean, relaxing when you're a doctor or something like that, But you know what I'm saying? You work at office job, You're handing your notice, you're leaving. Bro, you think I'm working at 100%? Nah. You're dropping off, even if it's 5%, 10%, you're dropping off, man. I'll take an extra 2 minutes break. You know what I mean? Maybe 5. Do you know what I mean? I'll leave that email till tomorrow. That's what happens. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But I'm not ranting. I'm not raging. I did that earlier in the season because I seen what was happening. You know what I mean? And some people didn't like it at the time, but that was my honest opinion. And it was and the reason I was angry then, and I'm not really angry now, is because the season was still in play. The league title was still in play in November. We could still have turned it around, right? But once it got to the point where the league was done, you know what I mean? That's when I sort of calmed down a little bit. And now it's more just acceptance. And it's I come into this game predicted a 2-2. I didn't think we'd win. Yeah. Because I predicted a win against Forest. And that performance showed me that we have changed, but not much has really changed dramatically. It's not a dramatic shift. 24-minute match review. Mad. Yeah, no panel show tonight because I'm out, but I'll try and get one for tomorrow night, lads. But yeah, I'm sure Nobbins might do a live. Martin on Mancunian Way might do a live. I don't know. These guys will probably do lives tonight. So yeah, make sure you're checking them guys out as well. Subscribing to them. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to speak about, really. Nah, Ortega's not a number one. He's not good enough. Another opinion that people didn't like when I said it a month ago. But yeah, that's true. Um, nah, unlucky Cousinov. Yeah, I was unlucky, mate. Yeah, you had a good game other than that. I was a bit unlucky. Probably needs to get out a little bit quicker. If he gets out a little bit quicker, that probably doesn't happen. But yeah, that's just a bit unlucky, really. Yeah. Try to think if there's any positives, any more positives. We have to give a few. Try to keep I do try and keep these balanced. Yeah. Nah. There's not many positives. There's not many positives. Mamouche, decent. That's a positive. Nice pen from Haaland. Cousinov was all right. I thought Gvardiol was a bit better. But yeah, there's honestly not really any. I'll tell you one thing I will say, yeah. This constant passing backwards has to stop. I'm not saying you have to go forward every single time, but the constant passing backwards and sideways is ridiculous, and it causes more problems for us. It really does. I've mentioned it on the streams a couple of times. It's not good, man. Yeah, we've got to start playing the ball forward. Anyway, I've got to stop. Otherwise, this will end up. I should have just done a live stream, to be honest. I should have done a live reaction. I didn't think it was going to be 26 minutes. Guys, smash a like. Thank you very much for 30k subs. I do massively appreciate all you guys' support. Get your comments in down below. And yeah, smash a like on the video. And again, massive thanks to the 30k. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think we've got a good community here. Yeah, I try and let people say their opinion in it. I don't want to shoot people down. If you want to have an opinion, you want to be Pep out, be Pep out. You want to be Pep in even if he loses the next 100 games, be Pep in even if he loses the next 100 games. Yeah, just try and let people say what they want. That's my take. That's my view. But yeah, give us your opinions, give us your thoughts, innit? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, people. I'm sorry that this was 27 minutes.